Hey YouTube, it's Olympus Reptiles, and we are back in Manhattan Reptile World, which again, for those of you who don't know, this is a commercial reptile store that myself and camera guy Kurt each own a part of. And I'm here with Patrick, who's one of our Patreon members and has been hanging out with us for a weekend. And Patrick, this is your second time here at the shop, right?
Well, technically it's actually my third, but second time with you.
Second time with me, fair enough. Okay, stand correct, second time with me. And with that, well, I guess before I go any further, I should say click like, click subscribe. Do all that stuff, hit whatever notification bell. If you don't hit it, whatever, but I would prefer it if you did. It helps out greatly. And take a moment to go check out Patreon, because then you can come here and hang out like Patrick's done, which we'll talk more about that visit on Patreon. And yes, the fly is like hanging out on me.
I tried to ignore it as long as I could.
So what I want to know is, since you've been gone and back here a few times, is overall, I noticed some animals you were kind of checking out, some things you really liked here. So what's your thoughts on the shop? Obviously, we're not a big city, so it's not going to be huge. It's
what?
And what's your favorite thing here, first of all? Start with that.
All right. Well, okay. Well, when you say favorite thing, are we talking about the favorite aspect of the store or the favorite thing that's currently sitting on a shelf?
Yes. Let's start with the shelf, though.
Okay. If I'm going to pick something that's currently on a shelf to be my favorite thing, it's probably going to be one of the angriest things in here. Amazon tree boa.
Now, you took a hard look at that, and I'm pretty sure if you were not about to move partway across the country, that would be going home with you right now.
Yes. Yes. You did kind of make a very, decent argument on taking the poor thing home, but that's a long drive coming up for a...
I get it. It's my job, though. If I hadn't tried to sell it, I wouldn't be doing my job.
This is true.
But we can always ship it to you if you want afterwards. And now, so you also mentioned your favorite thing on the shelf and aspects. So what would be your favorite aspect of the shop?
Probably has to be the reptile zoo. Get to see a few other things. And, well, if you're Patreon, you can come here and feed some things, but...
We have done that before. We didn't do much feeding this trip.
Nah.
But before, what did you feed last time we were here? Remind me.
I fed the big water monitor.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
Scary at first.
And this week you did feed, at our house, you fed something that used to be in the zoo. It still is in the zoo, which would be, remember what you fed?
2 different carpets.
And?
Oh, shit.
Has legs.
Gila monster.
Gila monsters. So we did do some feed, but yeah, you can feed in here if you're a member of Patreon. That's what you want to do. We'll feed some rattlesnakes for you, or let you participate in kind of whatever. So that's your favorite aspect would be the zoo. Now, as you look around, what is there something? Because again, we can always improve on things. What is there something that you wish we had, say, more of or a little more focus on?
Well, for me, I guess where I would go would be over this direction, where we have some of the arboreal geckos and whatnot.
Okay.
But that's just a soft spot in my heart. Obviously.
You keep cresteds, right?
Yeah, cresteds and gargoyles.
Gargoyles. So you'd like to see more cresteds and more gargoyles?
Yes, I absolutely love the New Caledonian geckos. That's kind of like away from snakes, which is obviously the common ground.
Okay.
The geckos are what's more near and dear to me. So obviously any place I go, that's where I kind of...
So what I'm hearing from Patrick, just make sure we're on the same page. Reptile Zoo, you like that.
Yes.
It's worth it. It's $5. Doesn't cost a lot. About the same as a month of Patreon. Just throw that out there. Also, you also enjoy some of the animals like snakes. We have some things that would interest you as a person if you were here. We also have a lot of stuff. I think for first-time people, like if you're getting your first snake, a lot of ball pythons, corn snakes we tend to keep. But you would like to see a little more arboreal.
And not just that. I mean, when you're talking about first-time buyers and whatnot, obviously you have options that aren't as young and...
Yep. We have some some even adult.
Yes. A lot of people are going to... Well, I know, like, last year, we made a whole joke about size and stuff. So when you're selling something like this, spinner, which, looking at size-wise, I'd say is probably close to 200 grams.
Oh, I don't even know if that thing's... That
152?
Yeah, he's pretty small.
So, like, that. Somebody's going to come in, buy that, and a lot of places are going to have babies, and a lot of places... Some big box stores will have babies that are closer to 50 to 80 grams, and I don't agree with that. You don't see what you're getting into. Now, obviously, I think this is a boy, so probably not much bigger, but we do know balls can get bigger than that. people don't really know what they're getting into. But even here, we've got a well-established going into young adult going in right there. So y'all have options to show
Right.
what to expect. And earlier, while we were hanging out in the store, made a sale to a family getting a brand new Scorpion.
Yes.
And like listening to the new people here in the shop actually work with people, that's something, anybody watching this, you like reptiles. You've gone to reptile shows, you've gone to reptile stores, you've heard the people at some stores tell you you can keep this in a 10-gallon tank all its life with no heat. Obviously, some places you go give you horrid advice. These people that had very little interest or knowledge, they knew they wanted a Scorpion,
They did know that.
through the whole process of this is what you need. And a lot of places will say this is what you need. I'm not a big scorpion person, but I am into tarantulas and other invertebrates, so I have a bit of knowledge there.
Work of dangerous knowledge, yes.
What I overheard was actually appropriate information, which doesn't happen at every place that sells animals.
Yep.
You know, so you've got a good team here.
Yep.
That'll work with people. Obviously, we can see what to expect. And, I mean, just here, there's amazing animals. I mean, this is the first time I've ever touched a frill dragon in my life.
Yeah, those things are pretty cool. Like,
That thing's ready to light you up now.
Yeah, he wasn't doing it on camera earlier, but now he's like all about it. So anyway, that's, I think, a pretty good ringing endorsement. So,
Yeah.
Kurt, do you have anything you want to add or any questions?
Not really.
Okay, you got 3 words out of it. It was an and a not really, which is a lot better than nope.
But does really count as a word?
So 2 words and a pause?
Okay.
We'll go 2 words and a pause. All right, well, Patrick, anything else you want to add?
I mean, I like how the store has actually grown in the past year and developed more than what it was.
Well, last time you had got a big island of crap in the middle.
True.
You opened it up and got rid of that.
I mean, to be fair, depending on the day, there's an island with some crap floating around.
Yes, he can make a mess. This is, of course, our new, he attracts all the flies. The door's open to keep the weather cool in here. But he is our new alligator snapping turtle.
Don't forget your,
Like that.
pet cichlids.
Yes. And somebody's like, well, there's no filter running. Kurt makes me turn the filter off because it makes noise. Watch, I promise, it works. Ta-da!
And anybody that's watching YouTube videos on pets and whatnot should understand the difference of turning filters off for video purposes.
You'd think. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.